Hey everybody, what's up? All right, so last night I sent out the new issue, this week's issue of MMT Trader. Make sure you got that. If you are not on the distribution list, if you'd like to sign up for a 30-day free trial, just go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. You can also get all the access to the back issues. In addition, just want to mention once again that I do have another service called Zombie Trading. That is a Forex trading service, a short-term Forex trading service. The approach that I use there is we know how the zombies are going to behave. So by having that ability to predict their behavior, we are able to front run them on various data releases, economic releases, central bank meetings, etc. And we front run them. We take their money and we get out before they die. If you want a 30-day free trial of Zombie Trading, once again, go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and sign up. Now, the thing I want to talk about in this video, I got to tell you, it's been really an amazingly eye-opening experience in the last 2.5 years, or a little over 2 years, that I've been publishing MMT Trader, and all the people who have come to me, subscribed, and those who left and those who have stayed. I mean, it has been truly an educational experience for me, and it has made me come to understand with absolute clarity the one thing that defines success. And the funny thing is, when I tell you this, you're going to understand that it's a concept or a trait that is not unique to trading or being in the markets. It really would define success, or who is going to be successful in life. And that is the trait of perseverance, of stick-to-itiveness, of not quitting. The ones who quit, and there are many, they come and they stay for a while and they quit. I can see very clearly that they do not have the characteristics and the traits to become successful. The defining element in success, whether it be trading or investing or in life itself, in your career, in relationships, I don't care what it is that ability to stick with it, ride through the difficult periods, the periods of adversity, the periods of discomfort, the periods of hardship, the periods when you are tested to your max, to be able to grind through that, to be able to handle that. There are people who come to me who I never would have thought had those qualities, and they rise to the top. And I see their performance. We talk, okay? And then there are those who come with, I guess, a lot of bravado, and the slightest bit of difficulty, the slightest bit of hardship, they quit. Now, what's also interesting is that most people, there's an element of honesty there, and most people, I would say, lack the element of honesty. Some people have it. I just had a guy today who left my service. He was very appreciative, very thankful, but in a very frank and open manner, he said to me, "Mike, I'm just not cut out to be a trader. I'm just not cut out to be a trader." He was honest. That is a very important distinction that he had that many others don't. And the ones who are not honest but who choose to quit, their story is, well, there's a better system. I'm going to use stop losses. I want to be a short-term trader instead of having a macro view, even though they come to me because of MMT, which is a macro view. The timing is not right. I'm going to find better timing. Okay? All those things are excuses, basically. They lack honesty. They're not like this guy who said, Mike, this is just not for me. I'm not cut out for this. That is honesty. All right. So there's one thing. There is one thing that will define or determine whether or not you will be a success. And that one thing, it's not analysis, it's not the methodology, it's not strategy, it's not the system, it's not information, it is none of those things. It's not stop losses, it's not charts. It is your ability to persevere and stick with it and not quit. And that is applicable to everything in life. If you are talking about the journey to success, it is about not quitting. Everyone, anyone who has made it, anyone, and I don't care what field or endeavor we are talking about, they will tell you the same thing. That it is about keep moving forward. Keep going. Regardless of, look, life, you're always going to face difficulties. Something is going to pop up. There are always going to be challenges. There are always going to be stresses, anxieties, ups and downs, failures. You got to keep going. You got to push through it. And in the trading realm, we could define this as periods of market adversity, drawdowns, whatever. There's no system fairy. I've been talking about this. A lot of you believe in the system fairy, that there is some system that is going to pick you up in a nice bed of cotton and carry you across the finish line, and you will have no discomfort and no adversity, or let's say very, very little hardship. Everything is going to be smooth. You're going to take tiny little losses, and then the next trade is always going to be a big, big profit. All right? The key to success, people, is not quitting. Very simple. All of the other things, the MMT, the analysis, the charts, the information, the understanding, the stop losses, the whatever you want to think, the trends, the CNBCs, the news, all of that stuff is completely irrelevant. What gets you to where you want to go is perseverance, sticking with it. Now, that is true on a macro level, just in terms of how you behave and your commitment to the process. And it's also true on a micro level. For example, when we are in a particular trade and have to ride it out. And some of you are honest. You say, this is not for me. You've tried it. You realize you do not like the discomfort, and you are not willing to work on yourself, to sort of steel yourself, to make yourself tougher and more resilient, and you'd rather bow out and say, look, this is not for me. But that doesn't relieve you of other situations where you are going to face hardship and difficulty in life. Okay, that just relieves you of this particular activity or endeavor where you don't have to face that. But it's going to pop up. Why not face it here? It's going to pop up somewhere in life many times, not just once. We all have to face that. Facing it is an act of maturity. It is an act of strength. It is a show of adulthood, of being an adult, of being a fighter, of being a winner. All winners deal with this, and they have their way of dealing with it. But yes, they have to deal with the hardship. And you know who doesn't want to deal with it? You know who cries and whines and places blame elsewhere and wants everything feeling nice and great and instant gratification? What is that? Those are children. Adults, true adults, and especially adults who are winners, they deal with that. They deal with that because it exists in life, it exists in trading, it exists in everything that we do. So that's it. That's it. This is basically what I try to help people with, all right? Yeah, the MMT is there. We have the macro idea. We have the understanding. We get the best information. There's no question about that, all right? When everybody was panicking last week or 2 weeks ago about trade wars, I was saying buy fear. There's things people do not see. Bank credit expansion, awesome fiscal support to the economy, a transformation of the domestic economy as a result of the imposition of tariffs, all these things. Ratcheting up industrial capacity use in the United States. Nobody was talking about these things. You had some of the most famous people on Wall Street crying, screaming, wringing their hands, selling at the bottom. Jim Cramer 2 weeks ago raised cash on a 400 down day. That was absolute bottom. All right, we get all that right, but that is not enough. The key to it is to keep going, to not just to face the adversity and to handle it, but if you could rise to a level where you look forward to that adversity, you want that to, frankly, I don't like it when all my positions are going great. That makes me nervous, okay? I like it when I am tested. I like it when the going gets tough. What's the saying? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Well, nowhere is that more applicable than here in the realm of trading. So, people, I'll just wrap this up. There's no secret. There's no system fairy that's going to make it happen for you. There's no magic chart. There's no special, percentage stop loss that if you use every single time you take your small, tiny little loss and then you are insured a profit on the next trade. None of that exists. Only one thing exists, and that is perseverance, stick-to-itiveness, resilience, fortitude, strength, the ability to push through just like everybody on this planet has to do when they are faced with adversity. Those who do it succeed and are winners. Those who don't fall to the bottom or in that sort of nondescript, middle zone of life that is neither an achiever nor a failure, getting nowhere, wishing for their dreams, hoping one day they'll achieve their dreams, but they're never ever going to make it. It's all about not quitting. All about not quitting. See you later. Bye-bye.